How to factor perfect square trinomials. Have you ever looked at a trinomial and wondered if it could be factored? Today, we will focus on a special type called perfect square trinomials. These expressions can be simplified into the square of a binomial. Let's break it down step by step. First, we need to identify the trinomial form. A perfect square trinomial looks like a squared term plus a middle term and another squared term. The first term must be a perfect square, like x squared or 3x squared. The last term also needs to be a perfect square, such as 9 or 25. Next, we check the conditions. Confirm that the first term is indeed a perfect square. For example, x squared is a perfect square. Then, look at the last term. If it is 9, that is also a perfect square because it equals 3 squared. Now, we need to check the middle term. It should equal 2 times the square root of the first term multiplied by the square root of the last term. If all these conditions hold true, we have a perfect square trinomial. Now, let's write the factored form. If the middle term is positive, we express the trinomial as the square of a binomial like a x plus b squared. If the middle term is negative, we write it as a x minus b squared. Let's look at an example to make this clearer. Consider the trinomial x squared minus 6x plus 9. The first term x squared is a perfect square. The last term 9 is also a perfect square. Now let's check the middle term. The middle term is negative 6x, which equals 2 times x times negative 3. Since all conditions are met, we can factor this trinomial as x minus 3 squared. To summarize, the formula for a perfect square trinomial is either a x plus b squared or a x minus b squared. This means we can easily recognize patterns and apply the binomial square formula. Factoring perfect square trinomials helps us solve quadratic equations and simplifies expressions, making it easier to work with polynomials. By following these steps, you can confidently factor perfect square trinomials. This process breaks down what might seem challenging into clear, manageable parts. So, the next time you encounter a trinomial, remember these steps, and you will be able to factor it with ease.